All right, yo, what is going on, guys? Sekapoko here, bringing you another Genshin Impact video. For this video, we are going over the brand new shop for the Starglitter exchange. And there is a big upset on what's happening in the shop. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about is that the first thing in the shop, which I did predict earlier today, is going to be Kaya in the shop. So big talk on Kaya being in the shop. He was actually my predicted unit that he was going to be in the shop. I talked about this earlier today. I had 100% that he was here because the reason I thought he was going to be here because he's the only unit in the entire game that has not been put on any banner at all going forward, besides the other units that have been in the shop already. And then the other unit, I was like, maybe it could be Sucrose, some of the other units that are on the Clee banner, maybe one of those units, maybe one of the units on the Venti banner, something could be on there. But then we get Barbara, who was, I guess on the Venti banner. And Barbara being in the shop kind of sucks. I'm a little disappointed about that, but it is what it is. So let's go over the royal weapons real quick. I don't want to talk about them too much. Royal weapons, by the way, are attack percentage rolled weapons, by the way, and they do give crit rate modifiers with no stats that you're going to get on there. They are very okay weapons. But the new weapon that has never been introduced to the game right now is the Royal Spear. It is the brand new weapon. The reason it's brand new and has never been seen before is because the Royal Spear was actually not in the game on the launch of the game. I believe it was a Blacklift pull only. And the Royal Spear is the first time it's been out. This is actually an interesting weapon to pick up. The reason this is actually kind of an interesting weapon is because the crit rate modifier that you get on this thing is actually based upon damaging an opponent. And the amount of hits that you do on your hits might be counted individually for your crits. And if they are and you get multi-hits with spears, this potentially could be a very good weapon. The other thing is it has a very, very high amount of base attack. So this is a very interesting weapon to pick up potentially for Zhongli. The reason this could be potentially an okay weapon for Zhongli is because it is a crit rate weapon with an attack percent roll and a very high base stat modifier. So you can get some of your crit chance that you're missing out of this one. Not necessarily the best modifier, but it is okay. I would personally prefer to go with a Blacklift Spear if I was going to go with any weapon at all, but you do to each their own. So the thing about the shop is that the sword in the shop for the Royal Longsword as well as the Royal Bow are going to have higher percent modifiers but lower base attack. So if you are going to be going for one of the three weapons in here for any of the Royal weapons, which I personally don't really recommend because the Blacklift ones are much better, if you are playing the North American version or the European version right now, we are getting the repeat of the Royal weapons, which means the following month, not in December, but in January, we're going to get the Blacklift weapons most likely returning. So if you are looking to pick up a Blacklift weapon, they are very good. I have not been able to put out the Kaching versus Black Sword versus Blacklift weapon yet. I'll give you some pointers on that. Blacklift is good. It's not as good as Black Sword, but it's good as far as like things go. And I'll show you the comparisons in the video. I've talked to another YouTuber, OK Code. If you haven't talked to him or heard about him, he's a Beidou main. He does a lot of things with Wolf Grayson, etc. He's talked about the Blacklift two-hand sword, and he's actually compared that to Wolf's Gravestone. The damage on it is very, very good, and comparable damage can be seen between the two weapons. So looking at that, that gives you an idea of how good the two-handed Blacklift sword is in the shop right now. So definitely consider picking that up if you are looking to main a two-handed character. Now, the Blacklift weapons, by the way, that are in the shop are only for main DPS, so please do not pick these weapons up if you're doing for support. As far as support, I do not know if these weapons will have the passive modifier increase your critical chance rate based on multiple hits if the character is not out on the field. I do not know that. I have not tested it. But as far as everything in the shop, my personal opinion and take on this is you should skip pretty much everything in the shop. Now, I also on my my free-to-play account on the North American or the American side have a Constellation 2 Kaya. However, what I have noticed is Constellation 1 Kaya is a little finicky. It doesn't really work as intended or doesn't work as it's shown. And Constellation 2 Kaya does work really well against multiple enemies, but 90% of the time when you're ability does not really come into play. So getting multiple constellations of Kaya, not really the best thing. The other thing with Constellation 4 on Kaya, if you're going deeper into Kaya's tree, if you ever do get more duplicates for him, you get a shield that absorbs it for HP, which is really good, but you have to get very, very low HP shield to pop off, which is very unlikely. And the last thing is that his Glacial Waltz with his ultimate ability or his Q ability is going to then give you energy and get 15 energy when it's cast. This is a very good ability because one of the things that Kaya has, if you did not know, is that when he gains level, he actually gains more energy recharge rate when he does his ascension level. And because you get a large amount of energy back, his total amount of energy cost at Constellation 6 is pretty good because you're going to be at 60 energy cost, you get your ultimate back, and you get to constantly get your ultimate back. So for whales out there, if you're looking to main a Kaya, I currently main it. He has the highest normal attack damage ratios of any character in the entire game for one-handed swords. He doesn't attack the best, doesn't attack the fastest, but he definitely has the highest multipliers. As far as picking up Barbara in the shop, my recommendation for every single player in the game is don't. There is no reason to even get this level character past level 40 in most instances, and many people already have a Constellation 1 Barbara, which is really all you're going to need in the first place. You don't even need any high constellations on Barbara because she's fine at level 40 in a lot of instances, and I have actually cleared all the way through up through 12-1 in Abyss on my play account that I started 3 weeks after launch with a level 40 Barbara. So letting you know, you do not need to level this character up. You do not need constellations on her. Not even necessary to play this game currently. Don't worry about it at all. As far as everything else on here, my recommendation is a full skip this month. Try to not do anything. Try to save out if you can. As far as all the other resets that we have from the Stardust Exchange, of course, if you're free to play, pick up your Intertwines and your Acquaints, whatever you can pick up for this month. If you are able to, for pay to play, everything else is fine. Get what you can, do what you can do. My name's Sekapoko. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did enjoy the video, of course, thank you for all the support in the channel. Hope throw me a like, all that stuff. Have a great day. As far as I want a little caveat before we end the video. We'll be doing summons, and then also have a cool announcement for the winner of the 50K giveaway that'll be in that video. So that video will go over the winner of the 50K giveaway. We did a charity stream, and there was a lot of other things that happened in between. So I have like a couple announcements I have to do during that video. So check it out then. But have a great day, guys.